Welcome, everyone, to the Savvy Sales Lady Live. This is your go-to podcast for real talk, real strategies, and real results in sales. Hi, I'm Christine Harrington, your host and sales coach, here to help you close more deals and shine brighter than ever before. Today, we're going to dive deep into something that doesn't get enough attention. I don't think it does. And it could be silently killing your sales. So let me invite you to grab your coffee, get comfy, and let's start. But stay to the end where we go over the fix with 5 strategies to win. Okay? Let's get started. Now, I want to preface this by saying that, I recognize when I go through some of these fixes that you may be watching from a different industry. And I get that. That's what's so hard about talking about these things, because I have to do it in a general way. But let's kick off this with a question. And if you will, put your answer in the comment, in the chat. And the question is, have you ever nailed a pitch? You've got the perfect product, the perfect price. You nailed the pitch and you still lost the sale? Has that ever happened to you? You're scratching your head thinking, what went wrong? Right? Well, I've been there and I've coached hundreds of sales professionals through the very same scenario. Here's the truth. It's not your offer, it's your vibe. Yes, it's your vibe. And we're talking about business etiquette. It's the silent sales booster you didn't know you needed, or the silent killer you didn't see coming. That first impression is everything. So I want you to picture this, all right? You're walking into a meeting and you extend a limp handshake. You've got scuffed shoes and 0 eye contact. Your prospect's already halfway out the door before you say a word. I'm serious about this. I've seen deals, big ones, like $20,000 contracts, just slip away because of stuff like that. Etiquette sets the stage for trust, and trust closes sales. So let's unpack why this really matters. All right. So where does etiquette go off the rails? I've got 3 big buckets that we're going to talk about, and I see this all the time in coaching, and we're going to break it down. So, first impressions that flop. You meet a prospect and it's awkward city. You're not giving any eye contact, or they're not giving you any, because of the way you walked into the room. Like you're staring at their forehead or the floor. A handshake you give was so weak, they're wondering if you even meant it. Or look down at your shoes. Are they scuffed and dull? Now, I had a client, Sarah, who met a huge lead, and I am not kidding you, wearing sneakers with a hole in them. She thought, well, it's casual Friday. Guess what? They didn't call her back. The first 30 seconds is your audition. Nail it or lose it. You may think those are little things, but the prospect notices. Now, here's the second thing: unprofessional vibes. This one is a killer. Showing up in a wrinkled blouse or a Zoom call with a laundry pile in the background. Always make sure your background is neat and well presented. I'd rather you be on a Zoom call on a blank wall than people seeing all the chaos going on behind you. Another client we'll call Jen. She did a pitch in a hoodie. Now, she did it because she thought it would make her relatable with the younger generation. We'll just say that. Nope. The prospect emailed later and said, if she can't dress like a pro, how are you going to handle my money? The prospect actually emailed her that. If you can't dress like a pro, how are you going to handle my money? Yeah. Even little stuff like chipped nail polish or a messy desk sends a signal, I don't have it together. Now, here's another one I hear a lot from sales professionals. So they think if they don't put a lot of thought in their appearance, then they'll be perceived as a serious person. And that is the furthest thing from the truth. If you don't put thought in how you want to present yourself to the prospect, to the world, you're saying, I don't care about me, so I don't care about you either. That's really what it's saying. Now let's go to communication blunders. Well, let me back up there. There are sales reps that are in the manufacturing and the building construction space. My father was a factory worker, but my father ironed his work clothes every Sunday evening for the week. He never pulled out a t-shirt or a shirt that wasn't ironed. He always wore ironed clothes. He ironed them himself. And if you're in that manufacturing and building construction space, you can still wear your golf shirt and your khakis, but make sure they're pressed. Make sure that they look crisp and clean, not like you just picked them off the floor and put them on. There's all these little things you can do to enhance your professional image. Now, here's another communication, or here's number 3 tip: communication blunders. Let's say you take 3 days to reply to an email because you don't want to seem desperate or that you're not busy. I hear this a lot. You skip a thank you, or you jump into a call with no greeting whatsoever, just straight to business. Well, I have seen all kinds of sales professionals lose large deals because they didn't follow up fast enough or at all. One time, a prospect told my client, I went with someone else because they answered me first. You see, speed and warmth matters. I won a deal who has become a large client of mine for the simple reason I answered his inquiry before any other sales coaches that he reached out to. I got his inquiry and I responded right away. He told me that that's never happened to him before. It matters. Now, these aren't just oops, they're trust busters. Here's a statistic I want to read to you. Study shows 55% of a prospect's opinion comes from how you look and act before you even pitch. So if your etiquette is off, you're fighting an uphill battle. So let me paint you a picture. I had a coaching client, Lisa, who is an awesome salesperson. She had $1 million pipeline, killer energy. But she had this one habit. She avoided eye contact. She looked at the notes. She looked at the wall, anywhere but the prospect. She lost a $15K deal and couldn't figure out why. So I asked her to reenact her pitch for me. Sure enough, she's dodging my glaze like Medusa. I said, Lisa, they think you're hiding something. When you don't give direct eye contact, they think you're hiding something. She worked on it. Locking eyes, firm handshake, sharp blazer. And her next meeting, she closed a $25K deal. All these little things matter. That's the power of etiquette. It's not about being prim and proper. It's about projecting confidence. All right. We're halfway through. Are you guys feeling this? If you're nodding along thinking, okay, I got some work to do, I'm here for you. I really am here for you. I'm opening up space in my calendar to give away free 30-minute coaching sessions to help you polish your etiquette and turn it into a sales magnet. So if you want to lock in your first impression game, head to the first comment below and grab your spot. It's a one-on-one with me and spots are limited. So make sure that you grab that link, book that first session, and let's make your sales closing deals. And we're not closing doors. All right, let's get back to the good stuff. The impact. So why does this matter so much? Because etiquette isn't surface level. It's not surface level. It's psychology. Prospects judge you fast. Now, you know this. Here's another statistic. Research shows that it takes 7 seconds to form a first impression. And 93% of that is nonverbal. Your look, your vibe, your moves, a firm handshake, good eye contact. Those things say, I'm solid. Shiny Shoes says, I've got my act together. Eye contact says, you can trust me. Mess that up and you're toast. Now look at this. What would you think if someone walked in your office and had scuffed up shoes? Doesn't this look more professional? How about being well dressed? You don't have to spend a lot of money to look expensive and well dressed. And like I said, if you're in those sectors where you're wearing golf shirts and khakis, make sure your shoes are polished, your shirt is ironed, and your khakis are ironed. And men, always wear a belt. I don't know why men stopped wearing belts, but belts complete the look. If you're walking around without a belt and your shirt tucked in, and all they see is your button and your belt flaps, it looks like you didn't put the effort in. It looks like you forgot a step. So make sure that you're wearing belts. What would you think if someone like this walked into your office to sell you something? I actually had something similar happen to me. Oblivious to it all. All these details matter. Let's get to the ladies. This looks very sharp, very sophisticated, very classy. And unfortunately, I see a lot of this on LinkedIn. Women showing their cleavage, spilling out, and not dressed professional. If you think that that's going to attract leads to you or help you nail sales, they're trying to get you for another reason. Women, dress with class, refinement, and sophistication. Okay. I once worked with a woman who sold high-end products. And again, she showed up in casual jeans. She thought it would make her approachable. The problem was she wasn't booking clients. And I switched her to wearing tailored dresses to practice at steady gaze and to get her to follow up within hours. Her close rate jumped to 40%. Why? Because she looked and acted like someone worth investing in. I used to be told all the time when I was in group benefits, I always wore a blazer and a skirt. And women bosses always told me I didn't need to wear skirts. And I disagreed with them. And I continued to wear skirts because that's a very professional look for a woman, especially if you're in insurance sales. Now, why should the prospect invest in you if you're going to dress like this? Why would they invest in you? They wouldn't. Now, poor etiquette can really cost you sales. That $10,000 deal you lost because you didn't say thank you or your Zoom audio was muffled, that's real money. Etiquette is your edge. Use it. I don't just flip on a camera and come on unprepared. I look at all the details behind the scenes before I go live. And before you jump on that Zoom call, You should be doing the same thing. And here's another tip. Don't come sliding into the Zoom call 2 to 3 to 5 minutes late. I've had it happen. I've done it a couple of times only because I was behind schedule. But on a rule, I rarely ever am late getting on a Zoom call. If anything, I'm usually 10 minutes early. Just like I would be 10 minutes early if I was meeting someone for a meeting or at a restaurant. Use the same courtesy, common courtesy. And if you are late, do what I used to do, do what I've done. I've sent a text or an email letting them know I'm running late. That's the right thing to do. All right, now we're going to fix it all. All right. So let's get practical. Here are 5 etiquette wins to boost your sales game. And we've already covered some of this. Master the meet. Lock eyes when you say hello. It's confidence, not a stare down. Give a firm handshake, 2 pumps, or even better, 1 pump. A firm 1 pump handshake, normal, no more than 2, not a limp noodle handshake. Shine those shoes. I tell my clients, if you look dull, you're dull. Details matter. Dress like a closer, right? Dress like a closer. Wear crisp professional outfits that scream, I've got this. Zoom or in person, full look, top to bottom, no yoga pants under the desk. You're a pro, so show it. You're going to follow up and follow up fast. Get it out of your head that if you follow up fast, that means that you've got nothing going on. That is not true. I always reply to emails by the end of the business day. If I can't get back to them by the end of the business day, at least I'll say, hi, John, thanks for reaching out. I'll dig into this and get back to you soon. At least say that and then get back to them soon. Speed builds trust. Start strong. Open every call meeting with a greeting. Hi, John. Thanks for your time today. Now, this is small, but it sets a respectful tone. End with gratitude, too. Appreciate you talking to me. Thank you. And bye-bye. And number 5, own the room. Stand tall, smile, and match their energy. So if they're chill, you be a little bit chill. If they're all business, you be all business. If they're fast, you be a little bit fast. Read the room, and that keeps you in control. Here's another story. I had a client, Marla, who started doing these things. Eye contact, sharp blazer, quick replies. She went from losing half her leads to closing 80% in 4 months. That's what etiquette can do. Okay, we're almost out of time. The silent sales booster you can't ignore. And if you do, it could be a silent killer. From that first handshake to the follow-up email, it's your ticket to build trust and to nail bigger deals. So don't let that sloppy vibe cost you. Now, if you want me to help you nail this, head to the first comment below and click for a free 30-minute coaching session, and I'll get you shining like the savvy sales professional you are. And if you love this, drop a like and share it with your peers. And also tell me, what is your biggest etiquette struggle in the comments? All right. Now, I have one more thing for you, so stay tuned and stay savvy. I'm like you, a regular salesperson who bumped up against trying to cold call and failed, trying to close deals and failed, getting all tongue-tied when asking for the sale. Major fail. I've been in sales for 4 decades, and I've failed a lot. Think about this. I've had 40 years of rejection hitting me in the face. But in spite of all the rejection, I built 3 $30 million books of business over a 40-year time span. Not 1, but 3. How did I do this? I cracked the code for cold calling. Over the past 11 years, I have coached and trained hundreds of salespeople just like you on my cold calling system. But hey, why should you listen to me? Here's why.
Hi, this is Olivia Mitchell with Crouching Tigers. I hired Christine to cold call for my company, and she was able to sell 26 accounts in 9 days. I actually had to ask her to put the brakes on it as we needed to hire more staff. You will definitely benefit from Christine's course.
And there are many more testimonials. Drop the word coach in the comments below, and I'll send you a link to schedule a free coaching session. And I'll share a few of my cold calling techniques that you can use immediately. Cold calling doesn't need to feel embarrassing. I can give you the words to use, plus the technique and the system, so you'll feel and sound like a professional. Why not learn a few powerful but simple tips to help you close sales? Type coach in the comment section below, and I'll reply with the link so you can book a time that's best for you to schedule your 30-minute free coaching session. That's all you need to do to begin winning again. Stay savvy.